I promise, guys, you do this and it's going to take you really less than 20 minutes actually. You're just going to get a huge pump. Hey guys, Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic once again. Today we're going to talk about arms. I get this question a lot, both in our Facebook group and just direct messages and emails and all kinds of other correspondence with me. Guys, Mark, what do I do? My arms aren't growing. Well, today I'm going to give you some really good exercises to grow your arms. Now, lots of different videos on our YouTube channel get very specific. Sometimes I'll do a bicep focused workout. Sometimes I'll do tricep focused. Well, today it's both. So we're gonna hit all the muscles in our upper arms because, man, having big arms is really cool. Looks great in short sleeves, looks great in tank tops, it looks great when your shirt's off. Chicks dig it. What else do you need? Okay, so before we get to these different exercises, I promise you guys are gonna love. You're gonna get an unbelievable pump. Your arm's gonna look huge after this workout. I wanna remind you about something free that we give everybody, okay? And it is our Facebook group. Click the link below this video, guys, because I promise you will not regret it. Even if you hate Facebook, I hate Facebook. I don't like Mark Zuckerberg, okay? Doesn't matter. Log on, join our group, and you're gonna join over 12,000 men all around the world. I mean, we're talking Europe, Australia, Canada, the United States, South America, everywhere, all right? We got tons of guys just like you, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, that are trying to put on muscle, trying to lose weight, trying to get their cardio going, get their testosterone levels back up, take control of their lives, you know, just get the libido going again, feel focused and energized. Man, just exactly like you. I'm the administrator, so I'm on the Facebook group every single day answering questions. And of course, all the other guys are answering your questions too. People are posting progress pics and everybody's patting each other on the back and motivating each other. And there's some phenomenal stories. You guys are not gonna believe some of the stories that men around the world post about their successes and sometimes their failures. It's really an inspiring group of guys. So please, it's free. There is no excuse not to join the best fitness group on all of Facebook. All right, so before we get into the actual exercises, and there's gonna be 6, 3 bicep and 3 tricep exercises, I wanna talk about the technique that we're gonna use today. We're gonna use a little more advanced technique than normal. We're gonna be doing supersets, which basically means we're gonna be combining 2 different exercises back to back with very little rest in between them. So guys, supersets can either be focusing on the same muscle group back to back with 2 exercises, or it can be completely different muscle groups. So this is how I like to do my arm workouts. I will typically do a bicep exercise and then I will do a tricep exercise, which means my biceps are getting a rest while I'm hitting my triceps, right? It's a real time efficient way to get in a workout. So instead of doing a bicep exercise and then looking at the clock, giving yourself a minute, 90 seconds rest, and then doing that exercise again, seems like you don't accomplish much. We're gonna do a bicep exercise and then we're gonna quickly go to a tricep exercise. So you don't have that unnecessary rest time because they're completely different muscle groups. So while you're doing one muscle group, you're actually giving the other muscle group a chance to rest. It's a really great way to get in a super intense workout in a short amount of time and get a fantastic pump. So today, we're gonna do 3 sets of 10 reps on every single exercise. So the first superset, I wanna talk to you about it, and then I'm gonna show you how to do them, and then I'm just gonna kinda do it. I'm just gonna do 10 reps, and then I'm gonna go to the very next exercise in the superset and do 10 reps so you can just kinda see the form. All right, so guys, the first superset today is gonna be alternating hammer curls. So I'm gonna show you how to do it in just a minute, but it's a certain kind of a grip. And when I say alternating, we're gonna be doing 1, 1, 2, 2. So we're gonna do 10 reps on each arm, okay? That's our bicep that we're working there. We're gonna stop, and with very little rest, we're gonna move to our tricep exercise, okay? That's the superset part of this workout. And that's gonna be a 1 arm skull crusher. So I'm gonna lay down on the bench and I'm just gonna use 1 dumbbell and I'm gonna do skull crushers. I'm gonna do 10 reps on 1 arm, switch over, and I'm gonna do 10 on the other arm. And that is one superset. Now remember, I gotta do that superset 3 times, okay? So once we do that particular superset 3 times, then we can move on to superset number 2, which I'll explain in just a minute. Okay, so before I get into the very first superset today, guys, and show you the form just by demonstrating it myself, I wanna explain, I'm using a bench. You don't have to use a bench. So everything I'm about to do, you can do sitting on a couch, a chair, or laying on the floor. It's real straightforward. I just happen to have this bench here. It's really easy. These are not particularly expensive, so if you guys really want to get serious about this, I suggest you just get on Amazon and find you a bench with an adjustable backrest. They're not very expensive and well worth the investment. So here we go. Superset number 1 is alternating hammer curls. And then we're going to superset that with tricep extensions or skull crushers, okay? So this is just exactly how I want you guys to do it. This is the form. So hammer curl, I'm using, my palms are facing my side. 2, 2, 3, 3. Look at the form here, guys. 4, 4. I'm controlling the weight up and down. 5, 5, 6, 6. I'm not swaying. I'm not using my upper body. 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, and then 10, 10. All right, you don't have to run, but just don't take a lot of time here. I'm going to transition. These are going to be one-arm skull crushers, okay? So if you don't have a bench, you're just going to lay down on the ground and do this, okay? So one-arm skull crushers. I like to help support my elbow with my offhand, and I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so remember, I'm just kind of bringing the dumbbell down right to the side of my ear, okay? I'm almost kind of touching the dumbbell to my shoulder, okay? Support my elbow. Try to keep it still. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So that is the first superset of 2 exercises, and that's just 1 set. Now I can just look at my watch. Give yourself about 60 seconds rest, and then you're going to do that again for your second set, and then 60 seconds rest, and then do it again for the third set. So you're going to do this 3 times with 1 minute rest in between each superset. Then you're going to move on to the second superset. All right, so you've done 3 sets of the first superset, okay? You're starting to get a really good pump, both triceps and biceps. Now we're going to move on to superset number 2. And remember, a superset is 2 different exercises that you do back to back with very little rest in between. So the first is a concentration curl. So when you say concentration, that means we're only concentrating on 1 arm at a time. This is how I like to do them. I like to put my hand on my thigh, and I put my elbow right there in the little nook, okay? And then we're just gonna concentrate on curling this straight up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh man, I'm getting a pump. Got to do the other arm now, remember? Before we move on to our tricep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the tempo, guys. I'm controlling the weight. I'm not yanking it up. 5, 6, 7, all the way up, all the way down, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we finished the biceps, and with very little rest, we're gonna move on to the second part of this superset, and that's the 2-arm overhead tricep extension. All right, so guys, you can be sitting on a couch or a chair. You don't have to have a bench like this, but I'm just gonna push them straight up and then down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you put it on your shoulder, and then you grab it with both hands to your thigh and down to the ground. All right, so guys, because you're using 2 arms, okay, instead of 1, you're stronger, so you're gonna need to use a heavier dumbbell than the weight you were using just doing the concentration curls. So you can already have your dumbbells pre-selected, or it's okay. You can take that concentration dumbbell and put it in your rack, adjust it if you have adjustable dumbbells, and then come back over. That's no big deal as far as the amount of rest between exercises. The main thing is when you're doing a superset, I don't want you to wait a minute in between the 2 different exercises. I want you to move from one to the other pretty quick. Now, I've done 1 set of that superset. Remember, I got 2 more to go. So rest 1 minute after each superset, and you owe me 3 total sets of each superset. I know it sounds a little complicated, right? But it's really straightforward. Now, after you've done 3 sets of this, you're gonna move on to the 3rd and final superset combination. I'm gonna show you what that is. All right, we're moving on to the last superset combination. This is the 3rd one, okay? And the 2 exercises are, we're gonna do an overhand grip curl with the dumbbells, all right? So my palms are gonna be facing down as I'm holding the dumbbells, okay? So we're gonna do 10 reps of that. Then we're gonna put them down. I'm gonna grab 1 dumbbell, and I'm gonna do 1 arm tricep kickbacks, okay? So just watch as I do the form here. Now guys, you're not gonna be able to do as much weight as you think, simply because I'm intentionally giving you some different grips that I want you to use when you're doing these curls and these tricep exercises, because as you hold the dumbbell with different orientations, with different grips, you're gonna focus on different areas of your bicep and tricep. And that's why this exercise routine is gonna be so effective, because we're really killing your bis and your tris from lots of different angles. So look, overhand grip, the palms are gonna be facing towards my thighs, and I'm gonna do 10 of these. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see how I really controlled that weight up and down? I wasn't swinging the weight, I wasn't using my back. All right, with no rest, we're gonna go into our 1 arm tricep kickbacks. All right, so my elbow's gonna stay by my side, and I'm just gonna push it all the way back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, gotta do the other arm now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right, that was just 1 set of that particular superset. Like I said, where you know, the terminology can get kind of confusing when I'm trying to explain it to you, but guys, that was That was the third superset combination. And remember, you got to do 3 sets of that. So I just did 1 set while you guys were watching. Give yourself about 60 seconds and then start over again. You got to do that number 3 combinations 3 total times. So what happens is I gave you 3 different superset combinations. You do each one 3 times, so that's a total of 9 sets of supersets. And each superset has got 2 exercises. So that's really 18 different exercises you did. Half of them are for your biceps, half of them are for your triceps. I promise, guys, you do this and it's gonna take you really less than 20 minutes actually. You're just gonna get a huge pump. I mean, all the blood is being forced into your biceps and your triceps, which just makes everything get really big and tight. It feels great, it looks great. You do this with enough intensity, you do it over a course of many months, and I promise your arms are definitely gonna grow, guys. All right, so I get this all the time, you know, Mark, how do I grow my arms? I just gave you a fantastic arm workout, but the real deal, guys, is intensity. Now, I wasn't pushing myself, all right? If you saw me, or if you saw my face during that workout, you could tell that I really wasn't straining to my maximum. That's because I'm picking light weights so that I can talk to you guys as I'm actually doing my workout, okay? If I was really pushing myself like I normally would, I wouldn't be able to talk. Matter of fact, I get so much lactic acid buildup after each superset, I'd be shaking my arms, it'd be burning. You know, that's that no pain, no gain thing. So the thing that I think most guys do wrong in this group that are watching is you don't push yourselves hard enough. When I see the young guys at the gym, the thing that they typically do wrong is they use too heavy a weight because they're trying to impress everybody else at the gym, which means they use crummy form, and when you use crummy form, you really don't work the muscle that you're intending to work out. So as older guys, especially if you're working out at home and there's nobody watching, nobody to push you, it's real easy to just kind of go through the motions, right? Mark said do 10 reps. Well, you do 10 reps and you put it down. Well, guys, if you get to that 10th rep and you're not really struggling, okay, to get that last rep up, then you're using too light of a weight, okay? So that's how you know if the intensity is high enough. So if you're doing 8, 9, 10, and then you're putting them down, that wasn't hard enough. I mean, you need to be 9 and then 10. I mean, just barely able to get that last rep. You push yourself that hard, I promise, guys, your arms are gonna explode. And remember, it ain't gonna happen overnight, even if you push yourself. It's gonna take time and it's gonna take dedication, and you stick with it and never give up on yourself, you're gonna get some big hammers.